Hey everybody, and welcome to Terminus Live once again. It's a Tuesday, and today we have two very special guests. You may have heard of their company from the top of every show that we do. We have Simeon and Nick from THEA.
Hello.
Hey everybody.
So I guess I still have to plug it,
Yes,
even though you're
absolutely.
here.
Please do.
Yes.
So we're excited to partner with these guys. And it's a brand new video network and creative community. You can find us every Wednesday after the stream. Go to THEA.network and check it out.
Well done.
So that's my trademark awkward plug at the beginning.
We'll take it.
It's authentic, right? Yeah. So
How's it going?
it's
Great.
going great. Just coming off of Atlanta Film Festival, and we had a really crazy month of March when we did more of like the global launch of THEA, and had some really great events as part of that as well. So now we're moving into the summer. We've got some cool things going on in the Terminus conference happening over the summer. So there you go. You get a reverse plug there. The plugger has become the pluggee. So yeah, I mean, I think we're really excited, and the library on the platform has continued to grow. We've got our Roku version of the app launched, which has like some continuous playback, so you can just lean back and watch. And yeah, we're up to 35 channels now, and over 500 videos. So good momentum, good momentum, and continuing to grow.
Great.
Come a long way.
Yeah. So, could you kind of describe how THEA came about? Like, what was the impetus of it? What made you want to start such a company?
Sure, yeah. So we're part of Choose ATL at the Metro Atlanta Chamber, and the idea was really born out of the team initially looking to just wanting to create a 30-second ad that would kind of make Atlanta look cool and hip. And they went to 3 different agencies and got different concepts back to kind of speak to different elements of what Atlanta was like, and they were all good, but they all kind of felt short. And our fearless leader, Kate Atwood, had the idea of why create a video if we were able to create a video network and allow kind of the stories and the storytellers in Atlanta kind of represent their city and their region, through their own lenses and words. So
That's some big picture thinking.
yeah, we like to think so. So after that, I came on last year and helped get kind of like the first push out. So we went into beta last November, which is when we all started working together on it, and then just been trying to build it out. So the idea really is for it to be a video streaming platform that is focused on Atlanta's creators, and that's we define that really broadly in terms of entrepreneurs, filmmakers, people making new technologies, new businesses, nonprofits, and anybody who's really just kind of got that creative impulse in the city and is interested in telling that story and getting their story out there. So we kind of serve as a distribution platform for our content creators, but also we try to help promote and get more visibility for these stories, especially nowadays when you can put your content on a YouTube or a Vimeo, but you're really left waiting for people to find your content. Like, we're trying to help step in and kind of promote through like social advertising and things like that.
Break down the walls, yeah.
Sorry, Nick said break down walls, and it was not what was happening in the game. But yeah, I think over time, what we really want to be as well is more of a platform for the industry, like industry decision makers to use as well, to really be able to look at THEA as a place where they're discovering talent, new stories, new storytellers, and kind of making it that tool that the industry looks at as well. So for the creators, it's something that gets you distribution and visibility, and then on the industry side, it kind of gives you a leg up on discovering what's coming out of Atlanta, especially as we're having these kind of bigger cultural moments thanks to the show, and bringing in a lot of really big sporting events and things like that. I think the spotlight is on Atlanta in a way that it hasn't been in a while. So.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it definitely feels like there's an upswell in Atlanta right now.
Absolutely.
Just kind of ride that wave.
Right, right. And I think, too, we kind of want to help elevate the creative community that's here. I think, like, with the film industry coming in especially, like, that's been really good, and it's created a lot of jobs and given a lot of people with film backgrounds something to do here in the city that they're from. But I think there's also a lot of really great storytellers on the development side that traditionally have had to go to LA or New York to sell their projects through. And hopefully by using a platform like THEA, we can turn a spotlight onto those folks as well, and kind of help to build up that above the line development pipeline, given that below the line is what a lot of the jobs in film right now seem to be for Atlantans and for folks in the region. So hopefully over time, I think everything, like you said, like, we're kind of vision folks right now, but the goal really is to help foster that community and give everyone a leg up.
I really like the idea of kind of a regional video network. Because, like you said, there is so much. It's like a saturated market as far as like YouTube. But if you want something that's local, you know where to go, and you can find things that are made by people with similar experiences as you, and might have a similar outlook and feels more relevant to what you are.
Absolutely, and I think so. We're proud of the fact that we're kind of the first ever regional-based OTT, video streaming platform. I think what I enjoy about it is that it does create that sense of place for the viewers, and I think also just brings together and elevates like a way for locals even to discover these stories that are coming out. Part of what we're trying to do is be deliberate with the fact that the local media, like local news and a lot of the local press may talk about like big picture what's going on in the film industry in the region, but there's not a space for, like, there's not a Terminus live stream on WSB or something like that. So how can we kind of use this technology to kind of do what TBS did in the past, right? Where like they were able to leverage satellite to kind of become this national kind of output for Atlanta, the Atlanta Braves, and like Atlanta-based stories and different things like that. So we kind of feel like streaming apps are kind of an easy way to do something similar without the need for space satellites. So yeah, I think that's kind of the hope, is that if we just make it easier for people to discover what's coming out of here, that longer term that'll benefit everyone.
Yeah, I've always kind of thought of this as almost like cable access, more so than a Twitch channel or something.
THEA, cable access. Short.
I mean, there is like a certain Wayne's World-esque kind of thing.
Yeah, like a basement kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Well, how did you guys kind of get where you are today? We often ask guests, how did you get your start, and how did you kind of get your foot in the door? So, did you went to college?
Sure. Yeah. So, I'm a University of Georgia grad, class of 2017. I was an intern with THEA starting in January of 2017, and then after that gig, I graduated, and then shortly after became full-time. And then I'm a project coordinator now with THEA and THEA, and it's been awesome. I've been working alongside Simeon for 12 months-ish, almost a year,
Almost a year.
which is crazy. And it's been an awesome ride.
And now he's our resident gaming guru, showing us the ropes of Fortnite tonight.
Try to be. I'm not very good, but doing my best. Trying to land where no one will be. That's always my goal.
And how about you, Sim?
How
did you get your start?
I did not go to UGA. I went to Georgia Tech, so it creates a nice office rivalry.
I went to Georgia State, so I'm switching.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're a mediator.
But all three Georgia schools.
Yes. We have represented the region well academically.
Oh, and University of North Georgia.
We've got North Georgia
Our producers.
Oh, yeah. So I went to Georgia Tech for undergrad. And went to University of Houston for grad school in a program called Future Studies, which is all about ways of studying the future. So it's a lot of like trend analysis, scenario planning, debates over the singularity and the future of mankind.
We've got what, 20, 30 years tops at this point?
Exactly.
So we might end up roping you into a panel at Terminus.
Actually,
we love talking about that kind of stuff.
Perfect. I'm here for it. But shocker, when the economy crashes, the budget for futurists is the first thing to get cut at a lot of places. So after that happened, I started working at Moxie on their trend spotting team with Nicholas Smith, who has held down the futurist banner here in Atlanta for a long time. Worked with them, went over to Engage after she moved over there, and then went and worked for AT&T for 3.5 years before I started working at Choose ATL. So while I was there, we were doing a lot of work with YouTube influencers and kind of branded content and storytelling on that side of the house, which I think also kind of made the Choose ATL job a really interesting fit, just in terms of, you know, finding ways for brands to work with storytellers, and then also kind of recognizing and getting a deep dive into kind of the ecosystem that's created around these YouTubers and the kind of support that they get, and, you know, kind of how they're plugged in and how they get to where they're at, because it's not purely by force of personality and will, you know, and there's like a lot of these companies like a Full Screen or Maker Studios that have kind of grown up around them to kind of help them get more visibility and kind of position them as, you know, brand friendly, brand appropriate. So I worked on those types of programs for about 3.5 years before I came here. Ended up in a situation where our team was asked to move to LA for AT&T, and it became very fitting that I chose ATL and then went to work for an organization called Choose ATL. So, whoa,
Yeah. Meta, you are a futurist.
But yeah, so now I'm here working on this and get to hang out with folks like you, watch Nick play Fortnite.
We don't get to do this at the office, so this is a treat. Oh, and I should have said, I got a degree in marketing as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. So, trying to like adapt our questions, because normally we talk to like film people who go from gig to gig, and
right.
So instead of like, what's your favorite project?
Did not mean to do that.
So what would, I guess, I'm just going to refer back to these questions. So, like, what's something that you've had to learn? Like, what's the hardest thing that you've had to learn so far creating your own network? Something that, you know, people might not think about.
Well, that's a good question. I think just, like, What? Go ahead. What's the
Sorry to
hardest
interrupt.
thing you've had to learn? No, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think I can make this jump?
Oh, yeah. No, that's the hardest thing Nick's had to learn.
Yeah.
Gotta just build it. Oh, crap. Oh,
Hey.
oh. Oh, man.
Oh.
That was close. That's better than I've ever done playing this game.
That's high praise.
Hit him!
I think the hardest thing, a little bit of it is starting from scratch, and the kind of the spot that the industry's in right now with regard to content distribution and like selling content and things like that. So, I think working with the content creators that we do work with, has been good just in terms of like we've got people that are really eager and willing to have their stories told and promoted in a lot of ways, but then also dealing with the fact that the realities for artists and things like that is funding is super important, right? So how like we're a nonprofit and how we kind of balance just like doing what we can with what we've got while also trying to make sure that we're able to get really great content on the platform and like continue to meet the needs of our storytellers and who we're featuring and things like that. So that's just, I think, yeah, I mean, budget maybe is just like a lazy answer, but like just always solving for the numbers. And then I think also how we kind of take it out of market and how we can kind of continue to prove out the value prop, because I think we were really intentional with the naming that it's THEA, but that's obviously a nod to the A, but we don't want it to come across as a locals only project or like just an alternative form of local media. Like we're not trying to be a video version of Creative Loafing or anything like that. So as we start to kind of promote more actively, and that's kind of what South by Southwest kicked off, was promoting more actively outside of the Atlanta market, how we just continue to kind of position what we've got in an interesting and compelling way to viewers who aren't going to care that it's from Atlanta right off the bat. So just kind of continuing to bring good story and making sure that we're showcasing the stories that kind of get people hooked.
So that's a good segue. What sort of things did you sort of present when you were in South by Southwest?
Sure. So we did a panel that was similar to this, where we just kind of talked about like the history of the project. But we also announced some new channels. So we had one channel announcement for Clarkston the Film, which is a documentary that's being shot about the Clarkston neighborhood, which is the most diverse square mile in the world.
Oh, interesting.
And it's, right outside of the city of Atlanta. And with that, we had one of the producers, Erin Bernhardt, and one of her production assistants, who's one of the refugees that actually lives out in Clarkston. And they kind of talked about the project and Clarkston as a neighborhood and sort of the different stories that surround like a refugee community. So they're... I think they're the first city in the United States to have leadership that's entirely composed of millennials. So they've got some interesting kind of policy direction that they're going in. The veterans that live in that area are actually some of the most active folks in helping the refugees kind of get their footing once they come to the area. So for that, there's a channel on THEA for the film where basically it kind of serves as a way... THEA serves as a way for them to tell more of the stories behind the scenes of the film, and also, with a documentary, there's a lot of footage that gets left on the cutting room floor, so they're able to get more of those stories out over time. So we had that. We had an announcement for a film called The Mascot that's being produced here in Georgia. So you had the filmmaker Matt Perkins and the lead actor for that, who's Casey Cott, who's on Riverdale.
Oh, cool.
So that was really cool. And we had also held a screenwriting competition with a company called Scripted out of LA. but we were able to use their platform to kind of set up a competition that was strictly for Atlanta screenwriters, and basically folks submitted their television scripts, like TV pilots or short film scripts, for a chance to have a live table read at South by Southwest. So the winner, Jordy Castell's short film script, Alive, won, and then we had a really crazy good panel doing the table read. So Casey participated in that. We had a couple of folks from Summer '03 and other actors that happened to be at South by Southwest and were willing to kind of like bring this guy's script to life in person. So that was really fun. We had, the big event, I would say, was that TEA performed at the end of the night.
Nice.
So I think that's probably what a lot of people took away from it. But we also did a lot of great stuff for THEA. But yeah, the TEA performance was really awesome.
He was so good.
And it was like a really kind of intimate, due to capacity kind of event. So like around 300 to 400 people. So it was just like a really cool opportunity for people to see him live. So yeah, it was a very packed day. We did all of that in a day.
Oh wow!
So
we were really happy with how it went down, though.
Yeah,
it was a very quick turnaround being out there.
Right. We were very happy to get rest after it was over.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, so close.
Died right in the air.
We'll get it, Nick.
Get him next time.
Yeah.
I do love that they let you watch who killed you, though, for as long as you want.
Oh wait, does he have like a fish or like a shark instead of a pickaxe?
So you can the pay upgrades are things like that. So they're themed differently and they come up for different seasonal things.
Nice.
So I think that's like a beginning of the summer kind of thing. You guys want to try? Feel good?
Yeah. Can I go for it?
I'll go for it, I guess. Yeah, let's see what's up.
I have faith in you, Simeon.
Thank you.
So what kind of movies, TV shows, games did you enjoy growing up? What sort of shaped you as a person?
Go for it.
Oh,
Mike.
growing up. So I played a lot of Nintendo games growing up.
Nice.
Mario and Zelda were my jam. I love Super Mario World. That was my favorite game as a kid.
Yes.
TV shows. One of my favorite TV shows was Chuck in high school and early college.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, we even talked about that. Although that's probably not a surprise. I love the movie Interstellar. That's probably my favorite movie.
Oh, nice.
Even though it's more recent.
There's nothing wrong with liking the newer movies.
Yeah. What about you, Simeon?
Oh. I was a Sega kid.
Oh
up.
Boy.
Good old Sonic.
Sonic, yeah. And then, so my favorite game, I feel like Final Fantasy VII was very formative because it instilled patience and frustration with JRPGs at an early age.
That's fair.
And then, from a shows and movies standpoint, in high school and early college, I guess 6 Feet Under was a show that I grew to really love and appreciate.
I've been going through that with my girlfriend recently. She was really big into it, and so now she's getting me into it now.
It's good. I assume it holds up well.
Yeah, more or less. Michael C. Hall is just great in anything he does.
Yeah, that's true.
One of our guests, Tanaya, was guest starred on it.
Oh,
back in the day. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I was actually right before she came on. I was watching it and saw that she was massaging a teacher's shoulder. That was her role in it. I don't think she had many lines in it, but I took a picture and was like, "Hey, I know you."
That's neat.
That's the end of the story. That's all there is to it.
You did amazing, Simeon.
Thanks.
79.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then you got the guy doing the robot taunting you.
Okay. That's not nice.
No.
And then film, when I was in high school, I would say, a group of us rented The Godfather one weekend, which
Classic.
kind of got me really interested in film and filmmaking and the film industry. But here it is, I'll be back on you. This is a very serious conversation. But yeah, I think over time I grew to just become like a little bit more of I will consume film in most forms, and it's just gotten progressively harder to do the Filmstruck 4. I don't know if you saw that going around this week, where it was people were doing like the 4 different films that were formative for them. I don't know how many times I just squeezed 4 into that.
4 is also a sponsor of this show.
Today's episode brought to you by the number 4. 4, Thea's favorite number.
New tagline.
But yeah, how about you? What would you...
I was also a Nintendo kid. I think my... how do you say what your favorite... I feel like anytime you ask, favorite movie, TV show, video game, it's such a loaded question. Yeah. And I know I literally just asked you that.
Good Godfather again.
Interstellar, Godfather, Final Fantasy. Actually, I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 6 or Final Fantasy 3, and
right.
Final Fantasy 3 for the Americans, and 6 for the Japanese.
Final Fantasies.
He gets it.
I feel like that one had the best story of the Final Fantasies.
That's fair.
It was interesting that there wasn't a main character, really. And theoretically, you could beat the game without, what would be considered the main character.
Right.
How everything's just really kind of fragmented in the second half of the game. And it becomes really open world, which was something that wasn't a thing before that. And of course, Zelda, I loved Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask, even more so. I thought that
the best.
Yeah,
I think.
just such a. I feel like the fact that they already had the game engine, they could focus more on kind of the story and the mechanics a little bit more.
Did you play through Breath of the Wild yet?
Oh yeah, I've got an embarrassing number of hours. I got all the DLC. I've got the motorcycle.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
I'm still working my way towards it, but I'm on the last little bit of the DLC.
It's fun. I didn't think, because I'm not necessarily a motorcycle person, but but actually tooling around Hyrule and a motorcycle is a lot of fun. Makes
and you wouldn't think it would fit, but it does somehow.
They kind of set it up with the what do you call it? The Sheikah. Yeah. Oh, there's someone over there. It's gonna totally kill me.
Yeah, you got this.
Let's get out of here. Let's go to another building.
When in doubt, hide somewhere else. Fortnite.
I mean, this is just Hunger Games, the game.
Yes.
That it is. Ooh, get that and drink that. It'll give you a little shield.
Drink that slurp, Joe.
Scissor.
Scissor, yeah.
Oh, so that... okay.
So it's a shield, on top of your health, so when you get attacked, it'll get that first.
Nice. And it just, because there's, the shield potion, which will just...
Yeah, so this one loads up slower, and then the shield potion will, max it out right away.
I feel like this already got cleared out.
One other fun fact is if a door is open, someone has probably been there.
Ah. So also closed doors to hide the fact that you've been there.
Yeah.
Ah.
Which is true because that chest is open. Yeah.
Dang it. Oh, man.
Oh, one other thing that I did grow up on, too, is, Disney stuff. So I was a big Kingdom Hearts fan growing up, too.
Oh, nice. Crap!
Oh, no! Through the window.
Wow, I think they built something to get up there.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Very clever.
I actually always wanted to play Kingdom Hearts. I never got a chance. I'm waiting for them to re-release it on the Switch.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they just re-release everything on the Switch. That
I
way.
hope so too.
Yeah. I'll just
I
go back
prefer
and
playing
play
everything on there.
See what else? What else did I like growing up? I was like still a huge fan of like The Simpsons and Futurama.
Yes.
A lot of comedies. I'm like a comedy person.
Simeon and I have a great love for Step Brothers.
Oh,
The
nice.
films,
bonded
yeah, that is
over-
actually, I think over time, let's start with The Godfather, but let's really talk about how
Well, that's- yeah, we
if
try to
I were
impress them when you
stranded
say The
on
Godfather.
a desert island and I only had one movie, it would be Step Brothers.
Yeah.
It's on all the time, so I already feel like that dream is being available to me, but it's, I enjoy it a lot more than I ever thought I would.
Catalina wine
The
mixer.
Catalina wine mixer. Awesome.
I really enjoy Coen Brothers movies. I think those will
Yes.
probably be on my my Desert
The
Island.
Big Lebowski, I
Yeah.
Yeah.
could
It's
go
such a
for.
weird movie.
Yeah, Big Lebowski's pretty great. I've watched it so many times. Just the idea of like how the dude is basically a private eye, and how all his dialogue comes almost exclusively from things he heard previously.
Right.
I also really love "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Yeah.
That's
great.
like within me and my family, we always quote that. Like, we thought you was a toad.
My friend's uncle was the guy who played the bona fide suitor.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it's better.
Oh.
Vernon T. Waldron.
Oh, Valkyrie! Random fact.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
I probably should have waited. I feel like everyone goes right away.
Yeah, that's how I
I
usually
don't
get
know,
killed.
man. You got to get in early to get those weapons, you know?
I'm gonna go. Oh, no, there's a dude right there. This is not a good place to land.
The toughest place to land is Tilted Towers. It's like the big skyscraper area, and everybody goes in there and just like nukes it out like very quickly and scraps everything.
Is there a lot of good loot in there or something?
But at your own peril.
Maybe the shack will have something.
What's your current binge sitch? Like, you have a show that you're...
I watch so much
You're
TV,
getting good at
actually.
now.
I know, right? Tables have turned.
Flip the script. We've seen the show
Interviewer has
before.
been an interviewee. I watch a lot of TV right now. My girlfriend's an artist, so she watches stuff in the background, and so
Okay.
she'll kind of call all the TV shows.
Yeah.
So some of our favorites right now are Preacher was really good.
Yes.
Ash vs. Evil Dead. The Good Place. I absolutely
I've heard good things.
adore.
Yeah, I haven't
watched
seen that yet.
I was telling someone earlier how they were like, I saw a couple episodes, I didn't like it. I was like, no, you have to watch
Push through.
the whole first season. Let's see, what
That's
else?
the show that I probably push on the most people right now. It's been
Really?
good.
It's
Okay.
really smart. It's like one of the smartest shows on TV.
And Ted Danson is just
Danson.
phenomenal.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll have to check that out.
He's a treasure.
He really is.
They really, like, you kind of feel like you understand philosophy after watching the show. They really kind of break it down. Even with, like, visual examples like the trolley problem.
Okay.
Let's see, what else am I watching now? I love Adventure Time.
Oh, I love Adventure Time.
So good. It's like ending soon, I think. The last episode's
10th season, I think, right?
yeah. It's gonna be a tearjerker right now.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Steven Universe, which has a lot of the same people as Adventure Time.
That's
what?
Pendleton
Where
Ward,
did that
too, I
even
think.
come from?
Whoa.
What was it?
That's Pendleton Ward as well, I think.
That's
Steven
Rebecca
Universe.
Sugar. Who
Oh, it
was,
is.
she was a storyboard artist on Adventure Time. She did a lot of the Marceline episodes.
Oh, yeah, those are some of the
So
best
it's
ones, too.
yeah. So those are like the tearjerker ones. So Steven Universe definitely has a lot of like the emotional moments. What else? Oh yeah, I have to get out of here. I'm not going to respawn. What am I doing? Yeah, I could probably talk about TV. I'm watching Barry on HBO. Like
Oh, is
just
that good?
started.
I haven't started
Yeah, I'm
it
really
yet.
enjoying it. I like Bill Hader a lot.
Yeah.
Silicon Valley, Game of Thrones. I'm just gonna name show. I'm just gonna name every show.
We actually had a Game of Thrones office bracket.
We did.
That was very fun.
Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm. And you basically draft characters at the beginning, and then if your character like eats or has like a funny line, or if they kill somebody, you get points. Mm-hmm. And then if they die, you get like a lot of points. It was fun.
So we're working in the wrong office, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
we can open up. We can open it up.
Yeah.
You know, next year we can just invite more people in.
Sounds great, because I have like no real interest in like fantasy football, but I would get into this.
Yep. I wish we put money on it, because I think I won.
You did win, didn't you?
Yeah. Humble brag.
Who did you? You had Jon Snow.
I had the Night King.
Oh yes. Interesting.
Which is not...
That's not
Let's
fair.
keep it spoiler free, Nick. Come on. That's great. We've been watching The Terror on AMC.
Oh, what's that? Oh.
So it's adapted from like a Dan Simmons novel, and it's about this polar expedition to find the Northwest Passage in the 1800s, and things go wrong very quickly. But it's phenomenal. It's like some of the best acting I've seen in a while. It's like mostly a British cast, but it's really good. Like it brings in, because it's all based off of a true story, but they bring in some supernatural stuff to make it slightly more entertaining than watching people
walk on ice.
Yeah, the terror of walking on ice. But that's been this week's obsession.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been rewatching Westworld to catch up my roommate so that we can watch season 2 together. And I just watched the first episode of season 2. I think Simeon did too, and it was really good.
Oh yeah, I watched that as well.
Hey!
There you go. The blue ones are good,
Yeah,
by the way.
and sniper rifle. I feel like that's really how you succeed in this game.
Hey!
Shield potion.
Nice.
Oh, man,
Look at you.
You're
I need to
strapped.
go to this one more often. This is a pretty sweet starting point.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of treasure chests, man.
Word to the wise, make
up.
sure you use that shield potion quickly.
Oh yeah.
I always die before I even get to use it. Learn
Pro
from my
tip.
mistakes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, now you can pick up the gun. Hey.
Ah, crap! Oh wait, did I? Wait, was I getting shot at or?
That was you. That was you.
Oh,
You're good.
I was just freaking out. They're everywhere. They are the jungle. Oh man, now the long trek to the. Oh, it's not that bad.
You're okay. You got this. It is like traumatizing though, getting stuck in the storm. Not fun.
I haven't even done that yet. I've been too afraid.
When you start to push it, that's when you get stuck.
I got very close. Like I was being chased by the storm one time. That was terrifying.
I've done squads with friends a couple of times, and one of the times we were doing really well and we felt great, and then we weren't paying attention and we all got stuck in the storm and died.
Oh, no.
Is there friendly fire when you do squads like that?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, well, I'm armed to the teeth and I'm ready to kill some people. I just gotta find some people to kill. Oh, I like this little graffiti on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like it could be from Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet, sweet metal.
All right, I have a question. So, what is currently one of your favorite videos? Not trying to get you to say Terminus Live, but
But if it is Terminus Live,
what are some of your favorite videos that are currently on THEA?
Great. I like the Versus pilot and the Take Two pilot on our pilots channel. I'm a big fan of even just the teaser for Sheep that we have up there. We had that pilot up for about 2 weeks It's just a really hilarious project, and we're, hoping that they're able to take that out into the world and get it picked up. Nick, you've got...
Yes, so the Dad's Garage channel has some hilarious videos. Cooking with Candy is my favorite by far. I also like the Magic Bullet Theory and You. That one's very good. And I actually watch a lot of your guys' stuff, so it's really cool to be on this.
Oh, nice. Do you have a favorite episode of ours? Or a favorite guest?
The Destiny 2 one is my favorite.
Alexis, yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alexis
yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah. And I had just bought Destiny 2, so I was like taking notes.
Yeah,
Still
she's
not
really good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came in ablazing. And we actually had Bob Carter on, who's a voice in Destiny 2.
Oh, cool.
He's the Iron Guard or something like that.
Nice.
He has that deep villain voice. He's Shao Kahn on Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I can picture it.
Balrog on Street Fighter.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
Nice.
A lot of anime, too, like...
Bojack on Dragon Ball Z.
and Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's done a lot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
By the way, someone by the name of Padcock15 says to me and Nick, you're my biggest fan.
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out to Patrick Adcock of the Metro Atlanta Chamber.
Who has come in #1 at Fortnite before,
Multiple
so we'll give him a
times.
shout out for
nice.
his past successes.
Simeon kept threatening to sub me out for Patrick every time he did well.
But on the content on THEA, I think a lot of the comedy stuff that we've got now is good. Dad's Garage, I think, is an obvious one because it's just like really well known in the area. But the team at Critical Crop Top, I think, is some of the most hilarious stuff we've got. And then all the folks at Highwire Comedy do a really great job with all their
Yes,
work,
those are
too.
great.
The Taco Tuesday video about awkward office encounters, I think, is a delight.
Yeah, that one is really good.
What's the highest we've gotten on this so far?
I think I got 20th.
Okay.
I think that was it.
It's pretty good.
I don't know if that was when we started streaming or not, though, so hopefully it was there. People got to see it.
I'll have to check the tapes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds made up.
Yeah, I got #1, guys. Yeah, I think the best I've ever done is 10. And even that was a rarity.
I like that bunny outfit. I could see how you can end up spending money on this game.
Yeah.
I mean, how much is it for a bunny suit?
So they pull the whole in-game currency thing, so hard to say.
You gotta like spend $40, so you have the privilege to spend $5. on
Yeah,
something?
basically.
Ooh, cool.
But there is an advantage if you buy. There's like a season pass kind of thing, and that's only $10. And the way that works is every time you level up, you get like free gear. So a lot of people get stuff that way. That's like the most bang for your buck. Or you can not know that, like me, and pay $5.
Is there anything that you want to talk about as far as like the future of THEA, or like where you see it going in year, 5 years, 10 years?
Hope it'll go.
Oh, we hope. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We normally ask you.
What your dreams and aspirations?
Dreams and aspirations.
We normally ask, do you have any projects coming up? So I'm trying to figure out how to like retcon that for you guys.
Yeah. No, I think for us, it's continuing to grow the library, and I think continuing to prove out the model of kind of promoting this work and kind of building up a strong enough network of content that we've got a lot of entry ramps for people to kind of discover new things and come on. So I think like Terminus Live is a great example of like gaming related content. I think growing that, especially as esports and live streaming and things like that start to grow, especially within Atlanta. And then, yeah, I mean, I think vision 5 to 10 years out, it would just be that that we're still here, that, not here, but, here. but also that I don't even think as much of like us being some like successful major app or huge network or anything like that as much as just that there are plenty of stories that you can trace back to someone worked with us, or like we were there, or we knew them when, and like we kind of helped develop and put a spotlight on the storytellers who are really, you know, the backbone of all of this, and their success is our success more than anything else. So I think that's.
I think he wasn't on the. I think he wasn't playing. I think he got cocky and
feels like, oh man.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
it's very
really
exciting.
cool.
Actually,
No,
killed
yeah,
someone.
yeah. No, I like this. There's action. But yeah, I think being an impetus for others to find success, and you know, in whatever form that comes in, is you know, really what we're all about. Because we like I mentioned earlier, we are a nonprofit. We're not out there just trying to figure out how to make a quick and easy buck with all of this, and I think that keeps us from having to. I don't know. I think it helps keeps our intentions a little bit purer, and that, you know, we're going to be bound to kind of do this the right way, or at least try as hard as we can to do things the right way and help people out.
Well, we've definitely loved having a place to live.
That's true. Yeah.
We're happy to have you.
It's nice. It's
have you.
helpful to know that someone's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like you're just screaming into the abyss. But there's ears at the other end of the abyss.
That's a good quote.
Yeah.
Add it to the quote log.
Yeah, I have a work quote log. Every time someone says something funny out of context, I log it.
Do you have any highlights from that?
Are there shareable highlights? I don't know.
Maybe offline.
That is our pinned section on Slack. It's
yeah.
pinned. It's just completely out of context, and if you read through it, you think we're all monsters.
Yeah, sounds familiar. You're in good company.
It's hard not to just zone out and watch the game.
I know.
Yeah.
So, you're very good at trying to keep us on task.
Yeah. It's for something like this, it's a little easier. We did early on do like some RPGs, like we tried to do Earthbound.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And that didn't work as well because the whole point of the game is you're reading a
Reading
story.
the whole
Yeah.
time, yeah. I
that'd be
picked that
tough.
up again earlier this year.
Yeah,
I
that's
still did
right.
not complete it. But I enjoy it very much.
It is
It's a
a-
great game.
It is just a fun ride, if
Yes.
nothing else.
Yes.
I just want a Mother 3 port finally. Mm-hmm. But I don't
Yeah.
know that we'll get it.
Yeah, I think the best that's going to happen is you have to find some kind of like ripped bootleg ROM or something.
Oh man.
Ooh, nice. Did you ever play the original Mother?
No.
I have not, no.
I'm not.
Me neither. I was hoping that you guys. See, we're talking a bit about like. I just want to go back to Nintendo Switch because I think
Okay.
Please.
I still think that's like the best console out right
Oh, yeah.
now, and I'm hoping Nintendo's watching and will just give me free stuff.
I'm sure they're watching.
I'm sure, obviously, they're watching.
We will not resort to shameless promotion. Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying about how like I think ARMS is super creative. I just like that
Oh, so
Nintendo
fun.
is not afraid to take that left turn and like do something that is not necessarily the mainstream, but maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll be
Right.
something that'll be
Yeah.
influential.
They've been doing a good job lately of like putting out new IP that's more risky, like ARMS and Splatoon were more risks, but they've both done really well, which has been cool. And then things even like spin-offs like Pokken Tournament has been successful. And then even like reinventing Zelda and Mario this last year was really cool.
Yeah, Odyssey was great. Like, because going in, I was like, how much different could they do? Like, what's basically Mario 64?
Right.
And then they did it. It was really
And did it well.
really fun. I really enjoyed collecting those stickers.
Yeah, I hope they do something similar with Metroid when that finally comes out, and with the new Pokemon, because now's a good time to reinvent, I think.
It'll be the first Pokemon that's on a console, which is exciting. I've always wanted a Pokemon MMO.
Oh yeah, me too.
When they're like the Pokemon picture game for the
Pokemon
N64?
Snap.
I mean, that's...
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
That's thrilling gameplay.
I did like that game, but it's...
I would take a remake of that, or even a port.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. With the actual, like, motion controls, I think that'd
It
be
would
perfect.
just be like a feature of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it kind of is.
It kind of is Pokemon Go when you think about it that way.
Nailed it.
Well, all right. I guess this is a good time as any to wrap it up. You have any final thoughts? Normally, I say you have anything to plug, but
Yeah,
we did that.
THEA.
THEA.network. Check it
Sponsor
out.
of Terminus Live. It's an app. It's available on iOS, Android, Roku, and Apple TV. Leave a 5-star
Like, comment,
review
subscribe.
on the App Store. Download, share.
We're on
We love
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yes.
Follow us.
Yes. THEA_network. You can access the web version of the site at www.thea.network. You can learn more about THEA at about.thea.network.
I'm gonna subscribe on Instagram right
There
now.
you go. And then also, I mean, we are part of Choose ATL, which has a lot of great features for people in the region. So whether or not you need to find a new neighborhood, need to figure out the cost of living if you're moving from outside of Atlanta and into Atlanta, we've got a new cost of living calculator.
We've got an
and
event
a jobs
calendar.
board, an event calendar. So there's a lot going on online related to everything that we've been doing. So thanks. I guess that was a more aggressive plug than you were expecting.
No, please,
He's like,
yeah.
turn it on. Yeah.
Follow everything.
Yes.
We're all right. Well, thank you so much
Yeah,
for coming
thank you.
on.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, Terminus. We have to plug Terminus. This thing right here.
When you forget to plug yourself.
Sponsor comes first. Terminus June 15th to the 17th. Submissions for games are closed now. So, sorry, game developers. You should have done your thing faster. Badges... Badges are on sale now. Visit TerminusEvent.com for more details. That's TerminusEvent.com. All right, so thank you so much for coming on.
Had a great time.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Thanks for having us.